What up, YouTube? Welcome back to Cali, the Barber's Academy. In today's episode, we're doing a before and after transformation. We're going from locks to curly top taper. As you can see, we're gonna get straight to it. We're gonna start chopping them locks off. See, you got a lot of hair. A lot of hair. He was a little nervous though, cause he didn't know if he wanna chop them off or not. It's understandable though, just like I would definitely be nervous too, especially when I ain't seen my hair like short for a very long time. So moments like that is very important, talk to your client. Hey, you make it just ask them more than one time. Hey, you sure you want to chop them off? Because no matter what haircut that I give you, if you're not for sure that you want to chop them off, you're not gonna be a satisfied customer, and it's not gonna be the haircut, but it's just you because you was not for sure that you was trying to cut your hair off. So it's very important to communicate with your client. Ask him more than one time. Hey, you sure? And if he says he's sure more than 3 times, then for sure, then it's time to go to work. He has a lot of hair though, man. So definitely was chopping for a little while. But as soon as I chop him off, man, I go straight to picking the hair out because you want to make sure that he has an even top. So when a client has long hair though, his hair, and he gets a big chop like this, the hair is accustomed to being a certain way for so long, especially for years, that it doesn't matter how much you try to pick out the hair, it's gonna always shrink back to what it's accustomed to. Even if I wash the hair one time, twice, it's still gonna be the same thing. So he has to train his hair all over again. I'm gonna get straight to it though with my trimmers. I'm gonna create my first ball line. Try to get the smooth skin, and then with my clippers, open guard, I'm gonna go straight to it. Open lever, I'm gonna go straight to it and just flick out. I'm using the corner of my blade and I'm flicking because I don't want to go. I'm being light with my flick though, because I don't want to go too high where it's not a taper no more and it starts looking like a fade. And I don't want to go. You want to make sure that you don't go past the ear, because once it gets passed over the ear, it's not considered a taper no more. It's more considered a fade. As you've seen though, just with a couple flicks, man, it took out the byline. So it's very important as well that you zero gap your clippers to the right length to where they close, but they're not too close where they nicking your client or they're biting. With my one guard, I'm gonna go in there and flick, flick lightly though. And I'm only doing that with the guard on now, because without the guard, if I flick, it'll take out more hair than I would like to. So with my guard, it'll take out hair, but it won't take as much because it has a guard. So it's giving me a guidance. And it ain't gonna chop off as much hair as it would without no guard on there. As you can see though, I'm going for the shape. When a client has a fro, it's all about the shape. However you sculpt the hair, it's very important to learn how to do that as well. Because however you paint this picture is the way it's gonna look, and you wanna make sure that you Picasso that thing, man. I had fun with this cut, I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun on this cut. I like doing dramatic transformation like this. They're fun, very fun. You see, I'm going back to the no guard on my clipper because I'm trying to give it the best shape as possible. Especially again, he had locks for a long time, so his hair accustomed to being a certain way. See what I'm doing? My one guard, I am trying to eliminate the dark spots on the fade, so I'm not necessarily flicking anymore. I'm just more like making sure I get an even blend. He he already look a lot different for real. You wouldn't even tell you had locks. You wouldn't even tell. All I'm doing now, I'm just polishing the fade for real. I'm damn near done. I'm done for real if I wanted to. I'm just going back and just polishing the blend. And it's all gonna make sense because it's gonna get a sponge, so it's gonna all make sense once I sponge it. The blend gonna look better. It's just gonna all blend together. Again, I'm going freehand. I'm going freehand just to give it a shape. Look at that. Again, I could be done if I wanted to, you know. But it's just a little bit more polishing to do, that's all. Yeah, he came in and showed me a picture of the style that he wanted, you know. And as a barber, you have to make sure that you can execute that style, whatever, you know, the client requests. Because you want to make sure that your client is 100% satisfied. And at the end of the day, man, customer service is very important in this field. It's very, very important, man, because you don't want to get a client for one time and then that's it. He won't never return only because he don't feel satisfied. No. So in this field right here, the client is always right. Always. So you have to always make sure you can satisfy the client all the way 100%, you know. But it's very important, man, for sure, customer service. As you can see, man, we're gonna start with the back taper in the neck. He had a lot of hair, bro. He had locks though, you know what I'm saying? So that's why he has all that hair in the neck. And we're gonna get straight to it with my trimmers, the sabers. I'm gonna create my guideline. And I'm gonna flick. Only because he has a lot of hair. So I wanna try to, you know what I'm saying, again, skip a couple steps so I can just blend easily. I don't wanna create a high guideline where I gotta take the fade high. See right here, I'm doing clip over comb. I'm using clip over comb technique only because I want to give it that shape. I'm trying to give it that microphone shape. You gotta already see the vision before you start executing. See, in my mind, I envision a microphone, so I want to give it the best microphone shape that I possibly can, you know. And I'm doing the clip over comb because I'm digging in the fro and trying to pull out the hair. Because again, his hair is accustomed to being a certain way. No matter how many times I picked out his hair shrunk. His hair shrunk. I'm going above the ear just to give it that shape, so I can make sure that the side taper can stand out as well. I'm gonna go straight to it when my lever open. I'm gonna flick though. When dealing with these froze or, you know, curly top tapers, flicking is very important. Very, very important. And one of the key things in flicking is try to maintain your grip as light as possible. Because if you heavy hand and you flicking, you're gonna dig in too much into the hair where you're gonna create a super duper high fade. So the lighter you know what I'm saying? Of course with a stern grip though, because you don't want to be too light handed where the clipper just come off your wrist. You want to grip it too, but be light with the wrist and the flicking. The more you do it though, man, the more it becomes easier. It'll just start flowing like water, man, for real. It's very important never second guess yourself though. Be confident when it comes to cutting hair. The more confident you are, the better your haircuts will be. So it's always very important to be very, very confident with yourself and with what you're doing. Look at that back taper though. It's coming together, man, that fast. For real. Flicking though. Flick of the wrist. So what I'm doing now, I'm laying the back blade flat on his neck because I'm eliminating the guidelines that I created originally. With the 1.5 guard, I'm digging in a little bit though, but not too much where I'm bringing the fade too high. And I'm digging in the 1.5 only because it blends into the dark area. Has there ever been an incident where you was cutting your client's hair, but you accidentally cut a little bit too much hair, but you was able to come back and fix it? Whenever you come across one of them situations, bro, that's when you'll know, oh yeah, I can do anything with these clippers. That has happened to me, man. I've been cutting hair for 15 plus years. Mistakes gonna always happen, you know. As long as you learn how to take yourself out of the mistakes and learn from it and, you know, do better though. But, you know, that's how you learn though, making mistakes. I ain't just learn how to cut hair just like overnight. It takes a lot of mistakes and some time, patience, you know, and motivation. So I'm going my, you know, freehand again, giving it that shape. I'm trying to give it that fro. I'm trying to give it that microphone. And in my mind, I see a microphone. And that's exactly what I'm trying to shape it to. But it's very hard giving a perfect microphone shape to, you know, hair that has been accustomed to being locked for so many years. And all of a sudden you chop them all off. It's like when you get locks, you go get locks or braids or whatever. The client is getting that style over and over and over for years. So the hair becomes accustomed to that. You know what I'm saying? So when you chop it off, it's like you have to train it. You have to train it again, all over again. You know what I'm saying? Look at that blend though. Be real though. When you do a fade, you know, when you line it up, though, it's going to expose all the flaws. For sure, for sure. It's going to always expose. See, right here, I'm going with the grain because I'm trying to blend in the fro with the dark hair. I'm trying to blend in the dark hair with the light hair. Look at them liners, though. Ooh-wee. Slice it like butter, bro. Again, you got to make sure you pin the ear down. You don't want to nick your client. You gotta make sure you pin it down. Remember I told you when I was saying when you line up the error, like it will expose the fade. That's exactly what it do, man. Even when like, okay, he get a fade all the way around, when you give him that shape up in the front, it's gonna show you the flaws. It's just gonna make it stand out. Look at that blend though. We're gonna pin the ear as well on this side and line up over the ear. See my right hand, I'm using my middle finger as support. And it's very important as well, man, to be comfortable with your hands and make it easy for yourself to find, what best works for you. So, okay, let's get straight to it. We're gonna do exactly what we did on the other side on this side, you know what I'm saying? To try to make the fades even as possible. Same thing, man. I created my first guideline with my trimmer. My ball, I bought it out of my Saber trimmers and created that ball line. With my clippers, with an open lever, I'm gonna get straight to it and just flick out with my corner though. As you can see, I'm just using the corner of my blade. I'm a freehand, to give it that shape, pin his ear down. Again, in my mind, I see a microphone, so I'm trying to give that microphone shape. You gotta see the vision before you, execute. I give it 100%, man, to all my clients, man. There's not been a time where I don't give it 100%. If you don't give your clients 100%, man, they'll be able to tell, bro. They will definitely be able to tell, man. And the worst thing you want to be as a barber, man, just have a client come into your chair and just get one haircut and not come back again. You want your clients to be satisfied 100% so they can become a competitive client. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to give it 100% at all times, not just sometimes. And please believe me, your client will be able to tell. And we're straight back to the freehand. Try to give it that shape. So I flick and skip so many steps. I could already be done with the cut if I wanted to. But it's a lot of things that I see that I would like to, polish. Like I see a dark area that I need a hip. He looks a lot different though, I'm not even gonna lie. Without the locks. I've been cutting his hair for years though. With the 1.5 guard, we're gonna try to like blend into the dark area. The reason why I keep going from the guard to the freehand is only because I'm trying to give it the shape and I'm not trying to dig in too much into the hair. Because again, I don't want to go past the ear. And when he came in, he asked if I can, give him the taper, curly top with the taper. And then me, I enjoy satisfying my client 100%. That's why they come over and over for years. You gotta give the client what they want, man. So there's been times where my client will get a haircut for so long, for so many years, that I might throw some in there and be like, bro, have you ever thought about, getting this style right here? What do you think about this? And they'd be like, I don't know, bro. Like, I've been getting the same thing for years. So it was like, after you build a relationship with your client over the years, as a barber, you know what best fits a client and what don't fit a client, you know what I'm saying? So might be time where I'd be like, look, bro, try this right here. And they trust me and they be like, let's go. And I'll do it. And they'll be like, damn, bro, like, I wish I would have been got this haircut. And it happens, you know what I'm saying? It happens. Definitely happens. You'd be surprised how much a barber means to the people, man. To the men. I'll say to the men. For real, man. It ain't just about cutting hair. We're gonna pick it out again, man. We're gonna pick it out. Bro, I picked out his hair about 4 or 5 times, bro. For real. Just try to get it the best shape as possible, though. You gotta think about it, man. He had locks for years. So trying to compare years of his hair being a certain way to just first day of chopping them off is gonna be tough. But like I advised my client, I told him, bro, after a couple of washes, bro, and a couple of cuts, man, and I'm not gonna say that the cut is not clean. I just know the results. You know what I'm saying? And these results are 100% for sure. You'll see it's a fire taper, fire curly top. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you for coming this far. And I promise you, the ending will be worth that whole time. For sure. I sliced them in the game for sure. 100%. 100%. Just giving it that shape, man. Just free form, just freehanded. So what I like to do when, curly tops or anything, before I even sponge it or anything, I like to pick it out and give it a shape, and then, hit it with a little hairspray, a little holding spray, and sponge it. So then once I do that, I'm gonna come with my brush and I'm gonna brush the line down. I do all of that before lining it up. Only because if I line it up and then I curl sponge it, like this curl, like it will eat up the line, and then I'll have to brush back down. So instead of working twice hard, I'd rather just sponge it, and then as you can see, I'll brush it down and get ready for me to line it up. Remember, when lining it up, it's very important to start in the middle. The middle will be your foundation. So in the middle, I start, and then I work my way to the left, and I always come back to the foundation in the middle. And that will give you the straightest lines. Always start in the middle. I don't know why my camera wasn't recording. The lighting was bad. It sucks. Be patient with me, man. I'm still new to the YouTube, getting used to it. Once I learn it, man, we're gonna be in the game. See, as you can see, I'm using the middle finger as a support. Going back to the middle. Yes, sir. Look at that lineup coming together, bro. Doing my C cup, I start my first guide at the top, and then I come at the bottom and just connect the dots. I'm using the middle finger as my support. And look at that. That's it. I'll just go back just to polish it and make it more sharper, That's all. If you made it this far, man, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, man. If there is any haircut or any style that you would like me to execute and perform, man, don't be shy, man. Put it in the comments, man, for sure. And I'm going to definitely execute to make content, make a video on that. Look at that C cut, bro. Look at that taper. Look at that taper, man. That's why it's very important that you don't dig too deep. You know. He showed me a picture of a low mid taper, a low taper with a curly top. So, you know, that's what, you know, I try to do at the best of my ability. What I did on one side, I'm gonna do on the other side. As you see how I just keep coming back to the middle though. I started in the middle and work my way to the right. But I always come back to the middle though. That's gonna always be the foundation. And you will always create a straight line. You start in the middle. Again, I started my C cup at the top. I'm using the corner on my blade though. So I use two different techniques. On this side, I just work my way down with the C cup. Hit them with that magic pencil, you know, create the magic, enhance the cut, make the cut go from 100% to 1,000%. Again, man, I appreciate y'all for being patient and making it this far to the video for sure, man. If you can share it, like it, subscribe, man, that would mean a lot to me for sure, man. Again, just starting off this YouTube. Let's build it together, man, as a fam. Take it to the top. That's what keeps me motivated, man. The comments, the likes, the subscriptions, the subscribers. That keeps me motivated. Keep on doing these videos. So the more y'all support, the more motivated I'll be. As you can see, I'm just enhancing, bro. Look at that sauce. I'm saucing them up, bro. Look at that taper though. Tell me that taper don't look clean. If you say it don't look clean, you're a hater, bro. Again, man, thank y'all for being here, you know, showing y'all support, you know. And I'm gonna see you on the next video, man. Again, if y'all have any ideas, ideas, put them in the comments, man. And I'm gonna make it happen for sure. Y'all stay tuned for the next video, man. Yes, sir. Look at that line, super sharp. Careful, don't cut yourself, man.